I've loved it for as far back as I can remember. Part of it is I really like being the master of my fate and the captain of my soul.
One aspect of learning to fly is the mastery of all the various things that you need to know in order to be a successful and safe pilot.
Everything that we do, we're doing in a mechanical contraption that requires us to manage it. And managing it efficiently and safely is a big part of what we need to know as aviators.
For better or worse, for the entire history of aviation, the overwhelming cause of accidents is pilot error. And at the CPPP, what we try to do is give pilots good quality information about aeronautical decision making and how to fly their airplane, and importantly, when not to fly their airplane, in order to try to keep them safe.
We went through a period of time in the Cirrus community where people were not prone to using the parachutes, and we were having fatal accidents, and it's not very unfortunate. A big part of learning to fly Cirrus means a primacy of, rather than being all task focused on how to find a road to land on, you got to be task focused on when and where to pull the parachute. But unfortunately, the human brain in a stressful situation isn't going to respond that way unless you've trained adequately for that.
One of the challenges for Cirrus pilots is the tendency for them to revert back to their primary training. And it's really important for pilots to acknowledge that using the parachute, unless they trained initially in a Cirrus, is a new concept. The Cirrus Pilot Proficiency Program is the best recurrent training for Cirrus pilots put on by the Cirrus Owners and Pilots Association. We deal with the innovations that Cirrus brings to the aircraft, the avionics, the safety features, the parachute, and bring an opportunity for pilots to understand what they need to learn to be able to fly safely.
One of the best additions in the last couple of years to the CPPP is this right here. This is a Fly the Sim touch trainer, and we've created a simulator lab which really focuses on instrument procedures and programming.
The simulator is a PC-based simulator. The company that makes it has designed the Cirrus-specific airframe and avionics into the simulator so we can actually use the touch screen and make the airplane do things that you wouldn't want to do up in the air in an actual airplane. Our goal here is to challenge them and to help them learn the aircraft better. And what better way to do it than to put them into scenarios that make them a little uncomfortable and make them think and make them use the tools that they either have in their tool bag already or things that they learned here at the CPPPs.
Today I did the Partner in Command class, which is a class for non-pilots who fly with usually their spouse. I always start by asking them what they like to do in the airplane, and my favorite answer so far has been, I like to pray. What we try to do is empower them to be able to take over should something happen to the pilot. In the Cirrus, they have a wonderful tool to do this, namely CAPS, the Cirrus Aircraft Parachute System. What we want to do is we want to make them comfortable in understanding when it can be used, how to use it, and we try to give them some information about how to maneuver the airplane to an area where a CAPS deployment is much, much more likely to be successful, and that's what we do. We try to give them the information they need to become an active crew member. And that in and of itself makes them more comfortable, in addition to making it safer. You take away the mystery and you absolutely take away the fear.
These guys that want to do a lot of flying, they want their partners to go with them. It's the parachute that makes those partners more comfortable, and so they're more willing to go flying with them, so they're getting to enjoy their planes more often.
And we have a partner session where they come out of their class and lecture, and then they actually have tactile feedback, and we teach them how to actually practice what they learned in the class they took, the Partner in Command class. But what we do is we empower them, and we make sure that they can, in case of a pilot incapacitation, they can safely get that plane on the ground and save their life and hopefully the life of their partner.
A CPPP is a lot more than a learning session. The amount of learning that happens is substantial just in informal settings. You meet with many people who own the same kind of airplane you do and fly it in different manners, and you can learn things from your fellow aviators.
In my role as aviation safety chair, I work with people to understand what happened during the accident from the investigations. And in many cases, we have the opportunity to talk to the pilots. Since they pulled the chute, they're available for an interview. They credit specifically having changed their minds, having attended a CPPP, talked to the people that have pulled the parachute, talked to instructors that explain how challenging that decision can be, and yet they go away with the confidence that when they reach a bad situation, they can pull.
I found in instructing pilots is that they don't know what they don't know, and they tend to find a lot of those answers at a CPPP.